What's up, guys? We made it! It's Bitcoin conference final day. Trump's about ready to make his stand. What the heck is going on with you guys? You see that Jasmine pump last night or this morning? Oh my god, dude. This is nuts. We broke completely out. Yeah, it's getting nuts out there, guys. It is getting crazy. Let's dive into a few things before we see Trump dive in as well. Oh, where are we at? Welcome to Saturday. Man, we don't normally do a conference on a Saturday, right? We don't do a live stream on a Saturday. But had to make an exception. Man, I had to make the exception for today. It's coming. It's coming, guys. Bitcoin adoption, mass adoption's here. It's right around the corner. They're pushing that hard. And it's not just Trump. It's all the elected officials. They know what's going on. They can't stop this train anymore. As, the rest of the world, they're woken up to it, man. You can't put the genie back in the bottle. And this is where we're at. So let's quickly dive into Jasmine before we, I guess we look at Bitcoin too real quick, right before we get in there. But, of course, the Bitcoin Japan pumping today. I did post that on X. It was a lot of fun to come up with a little bit. I've been making another character. Let me know in chat if you guys like what you saw on X. Let me see if I can pull that up. Just quick. Of course, Jasmine Chan is going to be representing, of course, Jasmine, as she should be. Because, she's special in her own way, too. And we're going to get into that as well, coming out with a video soon. I don't want to keep saying it, but it's taking forever, man. It's taking forever. But yeah, let's go on X real quick, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. This is something I posted this morning. That's something I've been working on for a little while. This is, of course, Jasmine Chan to accompany our other mascot in the space, and that's, of course, Bitcoin Chan. Might have to just get another little update on her, too, because I put a lot of effort into Jasmine Chan. But anyway, just an update on current developments on the channel. Let's see what's actually going on with Bitcoin, right? What's going on with Bitcoin? What's going on with Jasmine? So Bitcoin, of course, Bitcoin and Jasmine kind of had a similar pump structure, right? Just kind of breaking out like crazy. A lot of coins down, actually. I'm surprised. So everyone's just kind of taking a back seat. It's Bitcoin's time to shine. But yeah, we called this megaphone pattern last night. It's pretty much just broken the heck out. Are we gonna really test that 70K level today? I think so. I think we already astounded my own predictions. I'm already my breath has already left me. We already broke through 69.5, almost touching 69.5 earlier this morning. And we just kind of blew right through that. I thought we were at least bounce off of it. No, we blew right through it. And now we're just kind of consolidating right around it on the moment that the big orange man comes out. Love him or hate him, this is happening, guys. This is happening. Oh my god, this is happening. So, yeah, they're still waiting for him. We got about T-minus 1 minute-ish till we roll this off. We get the volume up on here.
Compared to years past in terms of the way businesses are thinking of
Bitcoin. One, not only putting it on their balance sheet, but also accepting it as
hopefully we got the audio resolved from last night. Yeah, it looks like we're good. Nice!
Businesses accept more Bitcoin as payment, especially for international business. I think this is really
dang, man, this is happening.
This is happening.
This is real. I don't believe it's real, but it's real apparently. It is happening.
Anywhere from maybe 1 to 5% of their treasury to Bitcoin just no longer seems like a totally crazy or wild thing to do. As
yeah,
David, of course,
I agree.
Or
personal. I think if you're just a pleb like me working at McDonald's, you should be allocating as much as you can, every single extra dollar, to some crypto in our space right now. We're ready to go. The moon. So they're still chatting. Let's take a look at Jasmine real quick before we just looked at Bitcoin. Jasmine, of course, is again similar kind of structure, breaking out. Just insane what's going on right here. I don't even know if we're even going to come back down and test that then after we fell. This is crazy. This is nuts. Just absolutely crazy. I mean, there's no volatility. There's no reason for this pump, right? Other than maybe Larry Fink you know, stacking his bags full of Jasmine again, like he did with Panasonic, right? A few months ago. If you guys know the partnership there, you know what's going on. But yeah, this is kind of nuts. Yeah, I would see, like, let's just see what happens with, again, Japan reacting to this tonight here in the States. They're going to probably react to what they see right now in the next few minutes. With we're still waiting on Trump. Yeah, I don't know. I don't even know how to take what the takeaway is from this, man. Oh my God. Just a mess. I guess we could go zoom out. The larger macro conditions are kind of beyond us, but like, yeah, I kind of see us kind of coming down to retesting that again overnight. Unless again, people are kind of entering the space. They're kind of confused. They hear Bitcoin in Japan. They're like, oh, this is going to be the Bitcoin in Japan. I always go back to that narrative because there's a lot of confusion around it. There's a lot of good reason behind it, but there's a lot of confusion for the normies around it. They just heard that for the first time. They're confused. So anyway, that's what's going on with Jasmine. We're gonna dip back in here, check in with the conference. Let's see what they're talking about.
On Thursday from Semler Scientific, Metaplanet, of course, other companies
Whoa.
putting Bitcoin on the balance sheet. Reddit, Bitcoin Depot.
Yeah,
DeFi
Michigan yesterday added to their
David,
pensions.
Thoughts on just this idea? Should
New Jersey the day before that.
Bitcoin?
Yeah, I mean, I think the
We
only
had,
sort
of course,
future
the land of the
do
great
have
cheese,
some
the great,
Bitcoin.
the
I mean, I think at
state
this
of
point
cheese
it
did
is very
last month.
obvious. I think like the most conservative thing I could say
Jesus.
is that it is riskier to have 0 Bitcoin than it is to have some Bitcoin. So I
Yeah.
think if you have shareholders, you have an obligation to have some percentage of your.
I'll replace that with
corporation's
crypto.
treasury.
Like I said, I know not everyone's bullish on Bitcoin. Not everyone
$9
believes the
million
true potential of
Bitcoin,
Bitcoin,
right? I
but
think at some
crypto in
level this
general,
seems
this is it, guys. This is
unimaginable
it.
to people, right? How would
the
you,
future
for
of,
people at home who are
of
hearing
money.
$49
Damn.
million Bitcoin?
Damn.
How do you make that real for people?
What I would say is like it came as a shock to me too. Especially again, Michael Saylor has done so many good things for our
Jesus, the
movement,
chat
right?
is getting even crazier
Public
now.
companies are following.
Yeah,
his
this chat was
footsteps.
barely moving this
But
morning.
What I'm saying is, okay.
There was only
so
15,000
if
people
we
watching
thought
before.
back 10 years
Where are we
ago,
at now?
and we looked at the
50,000
price
now.
of Bitcoin 10 years ago,
Ooh.
and if I would have
We're
told
going.
you this is where the price of Bitcoin is today in 2024, back in 2014, you would have laughed me out of the room, right? So. If you want to
I'm gonna
learn
just throw
from,
some
if you
burning
wanna,
money in there
if you
for
want to
the
have
chat.
a good idea of what's going to happen in the future, it's probably a good idea to
There
study.
you go.
the
There's some
past,
burning
right?
money from
Now,
me in the
does
chat.
that mean that the same
Gone to
thing's
blink of
going
an
to
eye.
happen? No, but I do believe that Bitcoin is a superior asset, and I do agree with David. I think people are going
Should we
to
burn some money
sell
today?
inferior assets.
It's been a
to
while. I think
superior asset,
maybe
and the
depending on what
superior
Trump
asset
says, we'll burn
is
some
Bitcoin.
money.
And by the way, I got to
got
say, the
some
crowd
there.
is getting
Yeah, I was
rowdy
gonna say,
Here it
because
goes.
the Orange Man is coming to the Orange Conference, and Orange
Talk
Coin
about
good.
orange coin.
Yeah,
Yep.
just narrating it for the people at home. There's a stacked line around the venue now. People
Ooh,
are throwing
we teasing-
orange hats.
we
So we're trying
teasing-
to get a look at what
we
they
teasing the
say.
monies?
Really,
we
the
teasing?
atmosphere here
Oh,
is electric already.
oh,
Let's just talk
maybe.
about Bitcoin.
We'll see how far we get
conferences.
with
What does
this.
it mean to have Donald Trump here? Is this good for Bitcoin?
Oh my God.
Yeah, I mean, I think it is because as Bitcoin grows in price, it grows in political and geopolitical relevance.
Can you
I mean,
believe we're here
the
today?
sort of
What
issues
is
that
up,
matter
Nicholas?
with,
What is
sort of
up?
non-state
I can't believe
money
we're here
when
today.
it's, $1 billion
I can't believe
market
it.
cap are very
When
different
Trump
than
came out and said he was going to go to this
money
damn
with a
thing
trillion
like
dollar
months
market
ago, I
cap.
was like,
So, look, I expect next year we're going to have.
you know,
some
Larry
decent,
Fink's got it. He's in his pocket, man.
making, but
He's in his
There's no
pocket.
reason we shouldn't. Have
It's moving too
G7
fast.
Here. I think world leaders should be discussing
Oh,
Bitcoin.
moving way
because
too
if they're
fast.
not, they're going to get blindsided.
Yeah, I think it's important to have the recognition. And with that said, I don't think we should be pandering to politicians. I don't think that's
We are
necessarily should be the strategy.
T-minus
To
negative
be
5
recognized
minutes.
by the powers that be to
Negative
recognize
5
that this
minutes.
is something they're recognizing that this is
Where's
something
Orange
they
Man?
can no longer ignore, that they have to be here to address.
I got stuff I
20,000
want to do
people.
today, Orange Man.
I think it is important. We live in a civil society. We live in a
But I'll wait
society
all
where
day for the
our
orange
leaders-
coin.
We're
That's
glad
different.
to see
That's
that they're
different.
concerned with something like Bitcoin now and that they're paying attention.
Quickly.
Yeah. So I gotta say is, I think that these
Un momento,
it's
un
not
momento.
that Bitcoin
Yes,
is
Nicholas. Yes, Jasmine the moon. Thank God, man. Yes. You guys, you see what I posted earlier?
testament to the power.
You see that that beautiful picture I took on X. Yeah, I'm gonna be adding Jasmine to our team here of mascots. Yeah, I think she deserves it. So yeah, Jasmine Chan is going to be joining us here next week. Full show. Just finishing her up now. All right. It looks like the grand finale is approaching. I really want to know where are they going next year because I'm sick of missing these damn conferences, man. It's mostly money. I want to just throw $500 more into Bitcoin or Jasmine. Yeah, $10 a day into Jasmine. That's what I do. That's my mainstay, and I roll my entire paycheck into Jasmine right now. It's just the way to do it. It's gonna appreciate much more than a lot of other utility coins in the space. Oh damn, my eyes are going out again. Oh, how can I not be laser-eyed today? Oh my god. Holy crap. Yeah, this chat is unreal. Holy crap. I never thought we'd also have 55 people watching the future of money. Like, usually normies don't want anything to do with politics. And what's more political than our money? Right? Our money! Nicholas says, hearts. Hearts. He sees hearts. Yes, I see the love too, man. There's a lot of love. There's a lot for Bitcoin of Japan, as well as, of course, Bitcoin. But, yes. Bitcoin 2024 is almost over. It's almost over. This is it. I mean, they got a lot of stuff throughout the day, I think, until, the after party as well, but it's pretty much done after Trump comes out. Pretty much. Come on. What are we waiting for? Trump is the chicken? What? This is a weird chat. What? Oh, man. Oh, wow. There's a lot of N-words thrown in there. Wow. What is wrong with people? Wow. Oh, Jesus. The Trump pump. 70K. Did we touch 70K? Let's flash over to Bitcoin real quick. No, we're still sitting right underneath 68.2. We fell. No, we're teeter-tottering right above 69. We're just teasing it, man. Just teasing it. They're still waiting on Trump? What the heck? How much more time we got? I thought it was 3 p.m. Eastern Standard, 2 p.m. Central. That was what everyone said. Is he backing out? That's what people are calling him, chicken. That's why. Okay, that makes sense. Orange is boss. Jesus, these chat. After today, man, I think this is it. I think this is gonna start the entire altcoin rally, the crypto rally. Everything. Everything crypto pump after this, because you have every U.S. politician pro Bitcoin, pro crypto. There's nothing more bullish than that. Nothing more. Because the rest of the world's going to follow. What are they talking about?
I've seen politicians in the U.S., presidential candidates in the U.S.
Oh, they're talking about what I'm talking about. Everyone's talking about it.
That said, I heard RFK say the U.S. is going to buy 550 Bitcoin a day to 4 million Bitcoin, so they have equal proportion to their currency.
It's going to be really hard to do.
Well, I'm not sure the rest of the world really wants that, because we don't want to still have the U.S. as dominating the rest of us.
Right. Well, let's talk about that. Obviously, you spoke about the
we want to release
South.
ourselves from the
Salvador,
chains, guys.
2021 coming out,
release ourselves
adopting a
from
Bitcoin strategy, adopting a Bitcoin standard.
We want to be our own bank.
They're now
I'm my own bank. Are you your own bank?
David, what would you say to people who would say, maybe we don't want the U.S. buying this much Bitcoin. Maybe we want the global South to have an opportunity to become free from the U.S. financial system that has oppressed it.
Yeah, I think it's interesting, right? Like, to sort of make normative judgments about what, other countries...
Sell and buy back next week. Wow, people.
It's prudent to buy Bitcoin for yourself, then...
Alien asset, that's right.
...state for believing it's prudent for them
No,
to buy...
no money burning in the chat? Come on.
So
You gotta have the money burning in the chat. I gotta load up the money burning in the chat.
Frank, let's talk about El Salvador.
There we go.
A little bit of context
Get that money
there.
burning in the chat.
What, in terms of the companies that are working there, what have you seen on the ground? What are you hearing about how effective their Bitcoin policy has been?
It's great. There's been adoption. I was in El Salvador last year, about 6 months ago. There's been adoption. What I see on the ground, actually, there's a ton of grassroots educational efforts, and I want to give a shout out to Mi Primer Bitcoin.
You know what this is?
I think one of the best Bitcoin education
I'm gonna call it a
curriculums out there.
golden dumpster fire.
So I think the initial rollout of Bitcoin in El Salvador,
That's what
the
this
reaction
is.
was sort of, people didn't know what to make of it. They thought it was very much a government thing. The government was imposing this new money on them. The Chivo wallet, I think there were some technical
Come on,
difficulties,
there's about
but since then,
60,000
we've got a
people
lot of,
almost watching.
educators doing really
57,000.
grassroots work, teaching people how to use Bitcoin, very practical things.
Short
practical
engine,
things,
what?
But then also the philosophical things, learning how to save a little bit. And I think that when we talk about sort of the global south and some of these bigger things like will governments buy it, we also need to pay attention to will people really learn what Bitcoin is, why it's valuable, how to use it, all of these things.
Of course, Femi, there are real problems in the global south in terms of, the monetary technology simply isn't good. Hyperinflation is a real concern. Even Zimbabwe recently introducing new currency. Can you
Jesus,
talk
every
about
every
the
currency.
problems?
Every currency needs to burn. That's why every currency needs to burn.
Presented the conversation in those regions.
So,
Oh
I
my
mean,
God.
very good question. I'm from Nigeria. We've seen hyperinflation in the last 1 year in Nigeria.
We just talked about Nigeria actually. The Nigerium coin.
US
At,
dollar was worth about 700 naira. Today it's worth 1,005. So
Jeez.
people have lost a lot of their purchasing power. In the middle of that, I mean, in Africa we have.
Get the
46
camera on
currencies.
him. What the heck?
We
What the
want
heck,
to
guys?
trade amongst each other. A few years ago, the government in
He's
Africa
talking
signed
and you're not
the
even putting the
African
camera on him.
Free
Come
Trade
on.
and Free
That's
Trade
shoddy camera
Agreement.
work. Come on.
Problem is settlement. Because if I want to trade with my
not fair.
neighbor in Benin or Togo, we're most likely going to denominate in US dollars at the moment, which is not neutral currency. So I see Bitcoin playing a role of an independent arbiter currency. In Nigeria right now, we suffer from foreign currency shortages. And we're seeing lots of retailers,
More money burning in the
importers
chat.
who are paying suppliers in the West using Bitcoin and USDT. Of course, I think one of we also see, and I work with the Human Rights Foundation. One of the things we work
remember,
with democracies.
I remember when we had the Roaring Kitty, pump. I remember catching George and some other influencers while the chat was scrolling on by. Dude, it's nuts. It's crazy.
Human rights activists.
We got 60. Oh, we're getting close. 58,000 watching. We need eyes on this, man. We need the world to watch. I'm sure they're going to cover it on major news outlets. Probably not like CNN or Fox,
to be able
though.
to pay their staff,
Maybe Fox,
to be
because it's
able to
Trump.
flee if they need to with their assets intact. We're also at the moment tracking central bank digital currencies,
Right.
which
Donald
I
Trump.
think, again, I'm from Nigeria, and the Nigerian government launched the central bank digital currency. They haven't fully
It's a small world.
maximized what it's possible for, but we know that in that kind of system where we have governments that are not necessarily always acting in favor of the people, there are many nasty things that they could actually do with that.
Well, of course, Frank, you've been writing about this as well.
Is
One
Trump
of your recent
sleeping?
reporting, you just did a
Oh,
feature
wow.
on My
They're
Embark,
posting
which is
ear
one of the
emojis
four
now.
presidents
Oh, my
of
God.
Suriname on a Bitcoin
Oh,
platform.
my God.
Why is she doing this, and what is her story?
There's a ton of corruption. They're experiencing about 60% inflation per year in Suriname, and part of this is a result of corruption within the country. Also, it's a pretty wild
What are we
story.
waiting
If you
for,
can,
man?
go check out my
15
piece,
minutes.
Bitcoin
15
magazine
minutes
on
over.
this.
He is already
So
fashionably
because
late.
of corruption,
A quarter of
that
an
has
hour. Come on.
happened, both
Let's
sort
go.
of alliance between politicians and bankers. Her father was murdered when she was 13 years old, and I think
Oh
a lot
my
of what
God,
she's doing
what are they
now,
talking
she's trying
about,
to
man?
say, like, look, I've been personally affected by this corruption.
Let's check in and see what's going on with it's still kind of sitting down. 68.3.
Precedented, and the eyes of the world should be on her.
Take a quick break now. Going to our roving reporter. We're going to bring you
What?
not only great analysis today,
More
but
breaks?
what's happening around.
Did someone try to
the
sneak
world,
in
of
and try to
course.
kill him
Thousands of
again?
people streaming in. We've got Q
What is
Gamey,
going
our roving
on?
reporter,
What's the
with a
holdup?
special update from the ground floor.
Thanks so much, Pete. We are standing in the expo hall right now, and as you can see over here to my right, the line has already started to form to get in to just see the opening remarks. All the way down in the back, you can see where the line is leading
It
to.
just
Now look,
started?
that
Come
line is
on,
twisting
guys.
round and round over there. Yesterday,
61,000.
leading
Oh,
up
there
to
we go.
5K
We
speed,
broke
you saw the line
61K.
go all the way around the expo hall to the other side. Things are a buzz. we are still so early. We haven't even had the first talks yet, and people are lining up, getting excited. I see people in line with books, getting ready to park their butts there for the day to make sure they have the best seat in the house to watch Donald Trump's talk. We're all getting really excited to hear what he has to say. Rizzo, back to you guys at the desk.
About what you do at HRF and the challenges you're overcoming. Is that good?
And we're back here at the Mara News Desk, of course, engaged in conversation about
50,000 people. I mean, 60,000. It's still
adoption. So obviously,
still less than
or not challenge here in Nashville, Tennessee.
less than 1% of all of our holders of crypto.
Benny, your view on just
What
the
the hell?
challenges of adoption on the ground that you've seen.
I think before I talk about challenges, I think it's probably important to clarify what adoption means. I think, and my theory is that
More money
we
burning
have
for the chat.
problems of moving value that Bitcoin addresses, and we here being people in the global south. Yes, we have challenges around storing our value, but I think a lot of the bigger problems we have is how do we plug into the global monetary system? How do we plug into global trade without going through intermediaries that fleece us all through the process? And I think Bitcoin helps us do that very well because it's permissionless. Part of the challenges I find with adoption though is a lot of the stories of what you can do with Bitcoin that's coming to people in Africa and developing world is not necessarily coming from our worldview. It's coming from the Western, the American worldview. And so for a lot of the people, it's not landing properly because it's not speaking to what's important to them. So what we try to do is actually start from the other way around. Understand the people, understand their needs, understand the challenges they have, and then find a way that they can see how Bitcoin solves a very important role in helping them solve the problem.
Well, of course, the bigger vision here is not just
Kind of want to
freedom
just
of speech, freedom of
intervene
transaction.
real quick on them because it's still waiting on Trump. But if you guys haven't noticed, right, that the top 10 cryptos, right, or top 5. This doesn't say the top 5. The top 5 cryptos for this year right now that are outperforming the entire market are these guys right here. This is brought to you by my Ledger wallet. Yeah, top 5 right now for the year. What do we see here with the most utility? Mantra, well, but they pumped 4,900%. We also have Jasmine, just shy of 1,000% on the year. Yeah, and if you want to couple that with all the S coins, that's what's going on right now. Don't fade all these projects. There's so many great projects that haven't even moved yet. Oh my god. What are we talking about now?
That we do, and so what Bitcoin does is take those freedoms, those civil liberties, freedom of speech, association, transaction, codify them in code, and ensure that regardless
It's kind of sad
your
that
government,
most of
you
the
have
meme
ability
coins
to
are the
vote
ones that are the
and
top
transact.
5.
Frank, the topic is Bitcoin as freedom. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, there's someone actually, one of Femi's colleagues at HRF, Anna Chekovich, who she was the CFO, right, for Navalny, Alexei Navalny, the opposition to President Putin, the current leader of Russia. Putin, one of the first things he did when Navalny announced that he was going to run against him was he shut down his bank accounts, which is something that Femi spoke to earlier. What they did, I think as far back as 2016, is they began using Bitcoin. And they did it for a bunch of reasons, not just to have the freedom to transact, not just to have the freedom to run their political campaign, but also have the freedom to have donors donate to them. The donors could not use the traditional financial rails because those Russian donors would have been persecuted by Putin as well. So even our ability in the United States to donate to a politician without having any sort of repercussions, this is something that we take for granted here.
Femi, we'd love to get your thoughts. Obviously, when people hear that the Human Rights Foundation is at a Bitcoin conference,
money for
how
the
do you answer that
chat.
question?
Like I said, so if you are a human rights activist, one of your biggest points of vulnerability is your money. Like Frank mentioned, not just you and your accounts, but even the people that want to give to your cause.
I'm trying to see if I can see any of our influencers
But that's
in
even
this
at
chat
a
channel.
national
Man, that's cool
level.
by so
If
fast.
you go down to the individual level and individual liberties, the parts
Not
of
as
the
fast
world
as
where
Ron Kitty's though.
just be a woman
How is that big?
counts against you, or be from a certain sect or a certain race.
Jim
counts
Carrey as a
against you.
special guest.
And it limits the kind of things that you can do. They say
Illuminati.
money makes the world run. And so your financial freedom, your ability to earn value be sure that you can retain that value and share that value with whoever you want without fear that it causes any repercussion. For us, is a big thing. And so at the Human Rights Foundation, we have a very strong focus and a strong team that's looking at financial freedom.
Bitcoin's
People
getting
don't
sleepy.
typically think
Oh my
about
God.
money when they think about human rights, but we've seen the examples like you gave. One of the things that Anna said occurred when Putin was going to go after them was they woke up one day and she opened the bank account, the banking app for the foundation, and they were
She
negative
just jumps right on
more
it.
than close to $1 billion in their bank account because government could just go talk to the bankers and take all the money out and put them in debt for generations. We don't think that's right. We don't think it's right that governments are working on central bank digital currencies that potentially can make them create money that can
Man,
expand,
they're really buying
that can
time
give
now,
them the
man.
opportunity to track you, everything you do, everything you spend.
Really buying time. I'm
without,
assuming this is supposed to be 4 o'clock now.
without going
Like,
through the
what's
legal
going on?
So it's something that's in the blind spot. It's in the blind spot of donors who are giving
61,000
funds,
people on
supporting
watching the live.
human rights activities.
For the
It's in blind
Bitcoin
spot of
orange
people who are
orange
thinking
man
about human rights
talking
from the
orange
traditional
coin.
right to vote, right to association, right to free speech, but which we think is very important.
Of course, running down on time here before we go back to the main stage here at Bitcoin 2024. David, I want to go back to you just for a topic that Femi brought up, central bank digital currencies. Is this a real threat in the United States? Do you want to see Donald J. Trump later speak out strongly against it? Do we need legislation against a central bank digital currency?
It's an interesting question. I am pretty against legislation or public policy that tries to ban central bank digital currencies because I don't think that public
you know
policy
what?
should ban technology stacks.
I
outright.
need to
I
kind of
think
celebrate
that
the
we
moment,
should
actually.
engage with our policymakers and civil society to reject central bank digital currencies.
I think we need to.
I think they're a horrible idea.
Need to put
for
on
human-
something
for
something
flourishing and
different.
freedom,
One
like
second.
Femi mentioned. But I am skeptical of the law saying we're going to ban outright an entire technology stack. I think we got to retain the cypherpunk in us and recognize that we can't legislate all of our problems away.
David, thanks for your thoughts. Obviously, it's heating up here. We'll be bringing you all the news, insight, and analysis as it happens here at the
Yes!
Mars. The lines are wild.
Let's go.
The vibes are wild. Bitcoin 2024 is underway, and it's the final day. We're throwing
The
it back to a
final
special
day.
sponsor.
Get the
advertisement
popcorn.
message
Dang it, I
before
should've
we
made
go to the main
popcorn.
Stage as day 2 begins here in Nashville,
well.
Tennessee. Stay
Maybe
with
next
us.
time. Oh my gosh, how many times I gotta see this stuff? Oh god, guys. Oh man, but it's happening. We're almost there. We're almost there. We can get full screen on this. Take a look at Bitcoin, see what's going on in the charts. What do we got? What do we got? We're still pretty bullish, holding that 68.5 level. I mean, wouldn't that be crazy? That becomes new support now. I mean, it took us a while to break out of that, and yeah, it's been a long time coming too. Oh my God, it's been a roller coaster ride. To heck, just watching this over the last 3 months, just kind of fall, break it that way back down, consolidate downward, and yeah. We are on the brink of a breakout. All we gotta do is touch 70K and we completely invalidate this channel. This parallel channel we've been watching now for 3 months. Oh, it's gonna be great. It's gonna be glorious. And yeah, I mean, we'll pump and dump. I'm sure we'll probably dump after this, just like we talked about last night. But it's the long-term time frames we're looking at, guys. The long-term stuff. All right, let's go see. Looks like we got him on stage. We got something going on. We just, oh, here he is! Here comes his entourage. Jesus. This is the moment. Here's John Deaton. Bunch of other
morning,
men in suits.
It's a great day today, huh? Yes.
You're
I'm
not
calling
orange,
for
man.
Bitcoin to go over
Oh my
70,
God.
and even higher when the president speaks. But today, this morning, we're going to have a panel of 3 gentlemen who are competing
This morning.
to join the United States Senate, change the majority.
Oh, we went off live. What's going on? That happened already. I already listened to that this morning with John Deaton. We're still waiting. Oh my God. What in the world? Technical difficulties. My finger slipped. Oh, these commercials. Come on. So yeah. What else we got going on, man? I mean, my bags are feeling good. You guys out there, your bags feeling good? Oh my God, it's been like 10,000 over the last day for mine anyway. Yeah, Jasmine in particular, my moon bag for Jasmine. Woo! Woo! We're feeling it. We're feeling it. Speaking of Jasmine, where are we at with Jasmine? 3.2 cents. See if we can break out of that now. We'll have to make a new channel for that here in a bit. Everyone's mining. We're waiting. Damn. Pumping my bags, man. Best performers on the day, too, just so you know. I like to give you guys little updates like this. Top 5 performers on the day out of all coins. Well, most coins. I think this is just probably what's on the exchanges. We've got boom, Jasmine sitting at number 2 on the day. Bitcoin Cash for kill that thing, and Stacks, which is warranted because Bitcoin Conference Stacks. BitTorrent, man, I can't believe that is now a token, man. Every time I see that BitTorrent is a token, that LimeWire is a token, that Napster and Grokster are, oh my God, it's coming. Come on, Orange Man. I can't wait all day. What is he waiting for, man? What are we waiting for? 200. Woo. We're waiting for a $200,000 Bitcoin. What we're waiting for, right? 100,000K. Wouldn't that be crazy? We just pumped to all-time high within, even if it just lasts a brief moment. That would be so exciting.
Welcome back to the Mara News Desk, powered by Bitcoin Magazine, the eyes of the world on Nashville, Tennessee. I'm your host, Pete Rizzo, editor of Bitcoin Magazine. The main event of Bitcoin 2024, minutes away, but delayed. If you're just tuning in on the stream, we're waiting for Donald J. Trump.
Yeah, we're waiting.
Bitcoin conference with a special guest
We're still waiting.
on his way. Obviously,
is it Jim Carrey?
That,
so the chat was saying Jim Carrey. Is it really Jim Carrey? That would be ridiculous. What in the hell, man?
Possibly future president on the left. Matt Odell, founder of 1031 Ventures, Christian Carolus of the Human Rights Foundation, and P, podcaster extraordinaire, joining us. P,
oh boy.
Take us into the
of course, Bitcoin just taken. She gets all the damn attention.
People are excited. They're ecstatic. They cannot wait to hear what is going to happen on stage in a few minutes, hopefully.
Well, we've been talking about these 3 words that have the world's imagination: strategic Bitcoin
BTC?
reserves. The
3
expectations
letters?
are high that Trump will make an announcement, and the pressure on
strategic reserve asset.
Coming out saying he'll waive capital gains on purchase transactions. Stockpiling 4 million Bitcoin. What does the president need to say, Pete?
If it's just for Bitcoin, I mean, can you imagine the implications and the atrocities it would be against the entire space? So that would be
take me into your
nasty.
thoughts as a Bitcoiner, someone who supported Bitcoin for a long time. Maybe he's even competing for your vote as an American. Is there something Donald Trump can say to you today?
I just don't know. If whatever he says, I don't know if he can actually make it happen.
I'm excited to hear what he has to say about using Bitcoin as a reserve asset, support for Bitcoiners, support for Bitcoin as a store of value. So anything in that vein would be huge and would be extremely exciting to hear today.
Of course, we're taking questions on X, Rumble, and YouTube streaming live. Send them in. We are waiting for confirmation of when Donald J. Trump will take the stage.
Is he even in the building?
We talked about his policies. We talked about Michael Saylor's
I'm sure they're being really careful.
Price prediction.
Really careful. Extra
about
careful.
The price activity, $69,000 right now, and expectations that the Donald Trump future presidency could be good for Bitcoin.
My eyes keep flickering. Oh my God.
Take us in there. Is that an expectation that viewers should have?
Yeah, I think that anything on the size of the United States becoming friendly and officially friendly to Bitcoin is absolutely fantastic for Bitcoin price, because that opens the door to all the innovations that is happening here. And I actually want to turn it to some reporting that I saw earlier today, which is that the Democratic Party is actually now pressuring to stop Warren's attack, Elizabeth Warren's attack on crypto, end her her siege against Bitcoin privacy and Bitcoin mining, and that this pressure is actually changing Bitcoin from a red issue to something that is apolitical, and I think that that shows exactly how fighting Bitcoin is turning into a losing issue. So not only can it be a winning issue for a candidate, but opposing Bitcoin can absolutely be a losing issue. And, you know, I would love to see in November some massive splashes against some anti-Bitcoin.
Where are the Bears at today, guys?
Especially ones
Where are they at today?
Well, of course, there's this
No word is
idea
there.
floating around Washington now, new for some, that Bitcoiners are single-issue voters. Matt, are you a single-issue Bitcoin voter?
Sadly.
My single issue is freedom, and I've yet to see a presidential candidate in my lifetime run on that issue, and hopefully that changes soon.
P. Christian, your thoughts? Is Donald Trump right now competing for your vote?
Yeah, I
That's
mean,
a nice hat he's got there.
You want to go PR? I'll go. So yeah, I mean, I think that of course he's competing for everyone's vote. You know, for me personally, I have not been someone who has voted for a mainstream political candidate for president ever in my life.
You guys know what hat I wear here.
You know, if he can say the right things and he can make the assurances that I find to be credible for Bitcoin, it could be something that I could consider. And I think that there are a lot of Bitcoiners who are in my same shoes, a lot of people who are millennials who are in my same shoes, who have been disillusioned from the existing political conversation, and they are excited about Bitcoin, and maybe he can sway us.
Well,
Don't gotta go back to McDonald's soon. We're almost that time, guys. Maybe next year.
Talk about Bitcoin as a
Maybe next year.
generational issue. Maybe something that's just appealing to young people. The old timers don't get it. P, your thoughts on Bitcoin as a generational
The boomers don't get it.
Absolutely. I think it's extremely relevant, even more so than before in this election. We've never seen Bitcoin discussed so openly, so consistently in an election cycle.
Never.
I think that's a testament to how it is becoming even more part of the mainstream conversation. It's really it's entered the Overton window. I think, yeah, it's huge.
We're waiting for history to be made on stage. The eyes of the world on Nashville.
Are you guys ready, brother? Are you guys ready? Oh my God. That's of course Donald J. Trump's friend Hulk Hogan running a bull. Tonight it's gonna be rowdy. It's gonna get rowdy.
And the sentiment here even higher than it is.
I mean, I think my the special guest is worth it. I think it'll be worth the wait.
Okay, so everyone keeps saying in the chat as it's going by that it's
I do not know. And
it's Jim Carrey.
I have good authority.
Which would be incredible if it's, you know, Illuminati outing Jim Carrey. You guys crypto conspiracy theorists like me, then yeah, you know what I'm talking
You're not
about.
supposed to tell them ahead of time.
I'm so sorry.
Well,
we
let's
can
back
edit this
up
out,
a little
right?
bit and talk about Satoshi Nakamoto, maybe in context of this historic moment. We've seen history on this stage before. Maybe this.
What if
will
it's
be
Larry
the most
Diamond?
historic announcement we've
I'm
ever
Larry
seen
Diamond.
at
Wow, I
the
just
Bitcoin
combined
conference
two
coming
of the
up.
worst
Satoshi
people in the
Nakamoto,
one.
of course, the founder,
It's like
creator of Bitcoin,
it's like if they
knows
fused
individual,
together.
Very highly motivated, a cypherpunk. He believed in privacy, believed in freedom. Matt, your take on what he would make of the idea
But yeah,
of this conference.
what if it's Larry Fink or Jamie Diamond?
I
It's
imagine
on
if
stage.
Satoshi's out there
We're gonna get this out there. J.P. Morgan Chase.
the last 15
Pro
minutes
Bitcoin.
just absolutely blown his mind.
We got him.
You know,
Oh
it has
God.
just been amazing to witness personally. It has blown my mind over and over again. It is astounding to watch
Wonder if
both
I
the
can,
pace and progress of
Find
this
out who it
movement.
is.
And I really do think that we could see here the beginning of the next great American century. And I'm humbled.
Gonna make
to
America
see
great. This is
right
actually the only way he could possibly make America great again.
Bitcoin movement was once an idea in someone's head, something that didn't exist. Christian.
Because it didn't happen last time, guys.
Yeah,
It didn't
I mean,
happen
look,
last
I
time.
agree with Matt. Likely Satoshi himself was not even bullish enough, but he did know that he was building an economic incentive
See,
system
Bitcoin.
that was, if it did catch on, it'd be worth getting some, right? So that's the
Special
exact
guest.
quote. And Pete, I mean, I would love to turn it to you. I've called you the world Satoshi expert. You've done incredible research into everything Satoshi. I know you may be even writing a book one day. I mean, tell us.
It may be Elon Musk,
Well, look, I think
according to
Satoshi
Crypto
was a person
Sheriff
of intent.
on
We know
X.
that because of the way he's architected this system, right?
Most likely
Obviously,
Elon
building it
Musk
with
is
so
what
many
people are
followers,
saying.
21 million limits.
Yikes.
cap
I mean,
this
he's been
system,
pro-Trump.
monetary
He's been
freedom is
pro-Trump.
available for everyone, but I think with Satoshi,
That's what I hear. And
look, if he's here, I think he
so it's
probably
Kathy Wood now.
marveling at what he's achieved, right? I don't think he could have known, but it's important to kind of look at the context of where he came from, right? He saw an internet that was politicized. He foresaw that the technology that we now use to connect could be turned against us. The kinds of things we're experiencing today with deplatforming and privacy.
We're getting near an hour, man. Come on, we're going on almost an hour late. 40 minutes late. Come on, Trump. Check Bitcoin. Bitcoin's still sitting at the megaphone.
Maybe with the arrival of Donald J. Trump here today, do you think that's a fair categorization?
Yeah, Jasmine just.
I mean,
yeah,
I think the cyberpunks have been trailblazers in terms of political freedom in the United States specifically, but also globally.
The last
they were leaders
now.
in the fight in the early 90s for encryption to be the standard around the world and be easily accessible. This idea
I wonder if we can keep that momentum going.
You write code and you opt out of corrupt politics in order to achieve your goals, but also at the same time you engage with local politicians, you engage with ethical governments in order to protect.
Almost there, guys. We're almost there.
The movement.
Oh my god, I can't. This is the anticipation is killing me.
Oh my god. Distributed. The code was sound. It worked really well.
What's with the KK? Oh, whoa, Chris. Whoa. We don't have that kind of rhetoric. It's funny though. It's funny. But I just can't say the whole thing. But yeah. If you're not familiar with Gundam, Char Aznavour, this is his helmet. He stood for the freedom of Xeon, right? And I truly believe that springs true for all space noids and crypto enthusiasts alike. So that's why I'm wearing the helmet today. It's Bitcoin. Bitcoin is freedom, and so is Xeon as well. Jesus.
Central banking, an alternative to government-run
any minute, guys. Any minute.
Oh yeah, all right,
yeah. Of course, everyone knows that, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, ultimately,
I totally understand that. We're special kind of crazy here.
Email. Bitcoin is actually a protocolized version of money and value.
What are we waiting for? So if you guys are just kind of jumping in, because I see the viewer counts coming up, Trump is likely to have a special guest, and the special guest is likely to be Elon Musk. That's what the narrative is right now.
Bending the knee.
We'll see. It'll be interesting to get his take on that because he's been pro Bitcoin for quite a long time. Although Tesla did sell a crap of it off the last few years.
Bitcoin 2024. We're waiting for Donald J. Trump to take the stage. We're waiting to unveil the special guest, and of course, right now we've got a word from our sponsors. We'll be right back on the main stage.
Oh my God! Again with the commercials.
Until history is made.
Oh my God. What is the holdup? What is the hold? Are they waiting for like? And I know everyone was kind of speculating. Elon Musk the whole week, really. I mean, he flew into Memphis, if I believe, beginning of the week, and everyone's like, it's just a coincidence. He's not really going to be at the conference. Memphis is a bit of ways away, but I mean, he could get in a car and drive. I mean, get it. I mean, whatever. I don't know. It's probably who it's going to be. Some people were saying Jim Carrey. It's so funny. I mean the crypto. I mean the Jesus, I can't even speak. I'm just so giddy. Conspiracy theorist inside of me wants to say it's Jim Carrey. It'd be great to see Jim Carrey talking about the Illuminati again, and how he's like. I mean, he would probably flip it also. They're like. They made it. They made Bitcoin. The government. Don't trust the government. Who knows? Although I did have, speaking of celebrities, I did, well, not really celebrities, but I did speak with, earlier this year. Oh, is it not working? What is going on what? Oh no, my Stream Deck isn't working. Oh jeez. Well, anyway, I was going to bring up, I did speak with the voice actress of Asuka from Evangelion, the US dub of Evangelion, and asked her about Bitcoin, and she gave me a winky face and said, not yet, winky face, when it came to whether she has heard of Jasmine or invests in Bitcoin. I did have a private conversation with her about that. But, yeah, I mean, I think a lot of people are just kind of keeping the DL, man. Why do you think I wear a mask? Try to keep it on the wraps a little bit. You never know how many people are sitting around with Bitcoin, just not in the limelight, right? Not in the limelight yet. But in the end, it won't matter because everyone's going to have a piece of the pie. All right, we're getting back into this. Oh my God, more commercials. Oh man. Yeah, we're about 20 minutes till 4 now. That security detail might better be top detail, man. Jesus. I want to see a SS agent at every single corner. Every single corner of that stage. I want to see him in the audience, planted in the audience. Jesus. Here we go.
Bitcoin Magazine. I'm Pete Rizzo, editor at Bitcoin Magazine. The script is out the window. The main event of Bitcoin 2024 was minutes away. We're waiting for Donald J. Trump and potentially a special guest. Expectations are high. Strategic Bitcoin reserve potentially on the table. RFK yesterday making history with an aggressive policy plan, calling on America to stockpile 4 million Bitcoin. Saylor, Michael Saylor of MicroStrategy making the same appeal. We've got a new round of panelists to discuss as we await history to happen on the Nakamoto stage. I've got Matt Odell to my left, founder of 1031 Ventures. We've got Mr. Mike Germano, president of Bitcoin Magazine, and Q Gahimi. You know him as our roving reporter on the stream. He's been around the venue, talking with people, getting into the expectations, the insights, everything that's been going on. Obviously, a big announcement on stage before the waiting period that we're now entering, that Donald J. Trump is now a Bitcoiner. The Bitcoin community banding together to gift 1 Bitcoin to Donald J. Trump. Mike, your reaction to this?
That's nice.
Rizzo, I really appreciate you calling on me first, because I came running over here from the main stage.
Boy, that's because you know what happened in the room.
Yes. So, folks, one of the wonderful things that are happening here, if you not see, there's a massive line that's outside because obviously 4 weeks ago we weren't even expecting to have
I mean, I've seen the video. It looks absolutely wild. Is there people really lined up outside the block right now?
Oh, there's people outside the block. The room is full. It's to capacity. You know, we had to once again deal with fire codes. I want to say thank you to the Secret Service that did an unbelievable job.
I already ran out of all my water.
That
Damn it, waiting forever, Trump.
Secret Service detail, which he deserved. But obviously, they're paying a little bit more attention with President Trump now at Secret Service. So, you know, we have our expo hall. We have all the main stages.
I wonder if they have metal detectors in the
you actually have to go through TSA. So I don't think Bitcoiners would ever expect having to go through TSA. Matt Odell's a big fan of TSA. So he's really
okay. That explains why we're waiting. It's not Elon, says Nicholas. It's not Elon.
Oh,
really?
You've been covering
Who
aspects of this venue. Maybe take us into what's happening outside.
That's what Twitter,
right now.
Twitter X
says. A room of energized people,
everyone on
people
there
looking
is,
at TV screens, lined up to try to get in to see Donald J. Trump, to see this special guest, waiting. What are you seeing?
I mean, look, we got in here very early in the morning.
It was delayed
from the start, before doors were even
because the special guest may be Elon Musk.
Up in anticipation of this.
Apparently, it's being delayed because of a special guest.
They got in. They didn't want to do anything else. They went straight to the screenings.
He flew past Nashville. Yeah, that's what I was saying. That's what I was saying, Nicholas. I was like, they were talking about him earlier this week. He flew into Memphis for something. It was a Tesla event or something? I don't know what it was. I mean, he's already there. He might as well go. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised.
Building expectation. Is this raising the stakes for what Donald Trump has to say on stage?
Oh my God, what is Bitcoin doing? It's falling. Donald Trump's chicken. We're selling it.
This is, you know, this guy, you know, he's apprentice. He's teaching us a lot. He's a showman. I think he's building up the hype. And right now, you know, I want to point out.
He's definitely fashionable late. 45 minutes late.
Good doctor. He kind of ran as fast as he could over there, and he's in the hall with everybody. He got a wondrous applause when he came in. And right now, we're actually finally the live stream is being broadcasted to everybody in that room. So we want to thank everybody.
Trump and Yee. Is that the meme? The meme Yee? That's my favorite. One of my favorite memes.
Definitely not buying time up here.
Oh God.
Well, we're really working through the issues. We're talking about the policy proposal that Trump might put forth. Of course, already a slew of public statements from Donald Trump since his reversal earlier this year on Bitcoin and
since we're still waiting for them talking heads to stop talking, I might as well show this. Hey, why not? As we wait for Trump. Yee. Yep. As we wait for Trump, that's a yee right there. Jesus.
Lead us forward on the next generation of American success. I want to see America become the best country in the world to run a Bitcoin business. I want to see America become the best place in the world to be an open source.
Make it the best
developer.
ever.
And I want to see America start stacking the hardest assets.
You guys have your orange pill today? I didn't take my orange pill today. I totally forgot. What was I thinking?
What was I thinking? Moment for Bitcoin, really the internet becoming mainstream.
Gotta have one of these every day.
Breaking
every single day.
And with legislation in America, really powering economic productivity for the next decade. Q, your thoughts on how what Donald J. Trump might say on stage might compare
one thing, hodl. Diamond hands, hodl.
Innovation and could do so again.
I mean, we are bearing witness.
What if he just said that and walked off the stage? I would die laughing. I probably would vote for him, to be honest, if he said that. Say something that actually the Bitcoiners
incredible moment.
Care about.
Euphoria in that room sends chills down my spine just talking about it. I could not imagine that just 2 years later we would even be remotely having this conversation about America.
I can't believe I'm here.
Some sort of looking towards it. Germano's getting jumped.
Oh my God! I can't believe you're all
the
here.
thing, I think we're talking about what Trump's going to do. There's one thing that Trump needs to do. The one thing he promised is he needs to free Ross on day one. That is the one thing that he needs to do. And my hope is when he gets in, he free Rosses on day one.
That
then
poor
when we
guy,
look at
man.
Bitcoin 2025 in Las Vegas. There's only one person that
in his
everyone's
30s now.
Right.
He got locked up when he was in his 20s.
Let's talk about Ross Ulbricht, founder of Silk Road. Of course, the reason that many people became Bitcoiners. Maybe Matt, you can speak to Ross and his importance to this community.
Damn
and
shame.
why
Man.
so many
Damn
people
shame he's been
champion
locked
his
up.
cause.
I mean, I think at the core of the issue here is Ross has been in jail, often in solitary confinement, for 15 years now. It was a nonviolent crime. He was running a Bitcoin-powered drug marketplace, and I think it crosses party lines, the fact that he has done more than enough time served. President Trump has promised to commute his sentence day one,
guys.
and that's a key point there.
I don't think we have to worry about the Bears today. I really don't. I think, well, after the pump,
I would really like to see that.
Maybe after the first hour.
That falls under the context of believing a presidential candidate's campaign promises. I will say a lot of other things President Trump can announce today. Actually, he doesn't even need to fulfill for it to become a self-fulfilling prophecy, which is part of the reason it makes it such a crazy.
Yeah, he's not wrong.
And the fact
he doesn't have to
that President Trump has come down to Nashville, to the largest Bitcoin
it's
conference
in the world,
to talk about Bitcoin and talk about innovation in America is a massive achievement in itself that not enough people appreciate at this moment, but they will appreciate in 2 decades. They will appreciate in 3 decades. They will look back on it and be like, that was it. That was the paradigm shift right there.
We're waiting for Donald J. Trump to take the main Nakamoto stage with a special guest. Of course, we're talking about something more somber, the freedom of Ross Ulbricht at stake in election 2024. Meaningful for a country.
And the special guest is Ross Ulbricht. They got him out early somehow.
Some of Ross's family
pulled some
strings.
Jesus.
This is something that people who've
No. It's probably going to be Elon. That's
That's
what we keep looking at. I keep seeing on Twitter.
You could speak to that.
I mean, look, as someone who's a parent myself, to think about not being able to see your kid is a thought I don't want to have. And so
Trump is
when you
going
see
live.
Lynn,
Trump is going live.
and she keeps coming every year, it
Like
makes you
to
want to
be
do a
Elon
little bit more.
Musk.
It makes you do the research. It makes you be willing to wear the free T-shirts, the 10,000 T-shirts we have outside. Everybody in that auditorium right now who's wearing a T-shirt, right? They all want to see that happen too. They get to be part
Apparently
of it.
a half hour ago.
A mom like Lynn,
was
I don't think
when this should have
this
started,
movement would
almost
be
an
here.
hour ago.
And I would like to say, even at Bitcoin Magazine, every single employee, Free Ross seems to creep up on everything.
Yeah,
I wanna
everyone
give a
keeps
shout out
saying
to
Elon.
Tommy. Tommy, our resident crazy designer, who
Well,
pushes Free Ross everywhere.
Right,
He
this has
deserves a little
been a
credit.
core advocacy push from Bitcoin Magazine. Any issue, if you go online, subscribe now, you'll find.
So yeah, I did want to just kind of like give my perspective on this. Back when I was younger, I didn't really care about finances or politics or any of that stuff. I was more interested in the special guest or secret characters you were going to unlock in Smash Bros. Yet alone who was going to show up at a Bitcoin conference. Look where we are. It's crazy how the world changes over time for you. Who's the guy with all the hair? I think he's one of the. Isn't he one of the editors of?
subscribe
Bitcoin
to it.
Magazine?
If you didn't do that, we wouldn't have had the money
I don't know.
to do the long.
I've seen him interviewing random people on the
So we really
show floor.
appreciate those who believe in our cause too, and so we'd
Throughout
have to
the
believe in a
convention.
cause like Training Ross.
Man, I need to get more water, guys.
Moments away from the
hour, I drink
Donald
all my
Trump
water.
Taking the stage,
All of it.
we're told a special
Too
guest
early to
is
drink.
on the way. We want to
Once I was in
back up.
Nashville.
This is
I would drink if I was in
moment.
Nashville.
People from around the country coming in for the first time. Mike, you mentioned Dr. Ron Paul on this stage earlier today, speaking to the hundreds of thousands of people watching, really about his personal life, his crusade against central banking, about the monetary policy issues that are affecting American
Whoa!
economy.
God.
Such a big
Bitcoin
deal
Cash and
this
One
year.
Chain.
People just
One
feel
Chain.
like
Yeah,
they
Bitcoin
can't
Cash
have
actually
TikTok
parked
videos going
pumped
viral.
today,
People don't
Marco.
understand what's happening to them.
Macro?
For the average
Cloud
American
macro.
voter who's coming to this for the first time, seeking answers, we say Bitcoin fixes.
Yep,
this.
it was
What
actually
does this
one of the
mean?
top 5 movers in the day. It was number 3 on the
I
daily.
didn't realize you're gonna call me that. I just want
you sit next to me.
If you still believe in that
I
project,
just
I mean,
wanna say that
you know, to each their own.
After we free Ross, I would really like to see in the American government and across the American political spectrum, the priority be placed that America becomes a place where code is protected speech. I believe the Constitution already protects
In
it.
code we trust,
I
right?
believe that we have developers right now that are sitting in jail. One notably being Samurai
Just
developers.
like Samurai. If you
that
guys
should
been
be
watching
freed
that,
immediately, and
that
that
entire
protection
debacle,
should be in
the Samurai
place
wallet.
going forward, so that developers of open source software, non-custodial software that does not touch money, are not treated as money transfer businesses, and that are properly treated as protected speech writers.
Q, want to take you into this conversation.
Yeah, the crime is not creating the
for
technology. The
central
crime is
banking,
using the
monetary policy
technology for
concerns around the
illegal
world.
activity.
Maybe take the viewers
It's
at
ridiculous.
home into your thought process.
Been a while since we looked at the chat.
We all see it when we go to the grocery store. We all see
not
it
even
when we
coming in
fill up
anymore
our tank
for
of
me.
gas. We spent some time
Jesus.
yesterday talking about this.
Wanted to throw more
you'd be hard
more
pressed to
fire,
find someone who has not
burning money in there,
felt
man.
the effects of
We're getting ready.
terrible monetary
We're getting ready.
in America.
As America burns all their money for Bitcoin.
It's
Yes,
important to also
yes.
recognize the fact that while the world relies on the dollar and we
We'll
have felt
get there.
inflation, the rest of the world has consistently seen higher and higher
One
inflation
chain, one
than
chain.
what we have stateside.
Not familiar
So
with
if
one
you think
chain.
it's bad here, it only gets worse and worse the further out you go. I'm going to continue to hammer this point home, but the fact of the matter is
But-
we have such a financial
Yeah,
privilege
just a quick
to be
reminder.
in America, in the country that has the global reserve currency. Most of the world, the majority of the world is unbanked, and Bitcoin is an opportunity for them.
These
to
are the
have
top
access
5
to
pumping right
money,
now on the
store
day.
their wealth in a way
Jasmine,
that they just
Bitcoin
don't
Cash,
have.
Helium.
We're going to go to a quick break now
BitTorrent,
before we
and
bring in
Stacks.
another special guest, and we are still awaiting history. It's coming,
Waiting,
folks.
waiting,
Donald
waiting,
J. Trump
waiting.
in the building
Oh,
of the
man.
Bitcoin
I might have
Conference
to-
and Music City Center here in
Start
Nashville,
playing a game or
Tennessee.
something.
Stay with us. We'll be right back on X.
Another
YouTube, and Rumble.
commercial.
Stay tuned.
I feel like I'm living in the
The
90s.
Bitcoin Conference.
Jesus
we started
Christ.
with a dream to build
Oh
a
my
community
God, guys,
focused
what the
on
heck?
Bitcoin. It all started in 2019 in the heart of San Francisco.
Yeah. We don't want to listen to that. We don't want to listen to that. How are you guys feeling, man? How are you guys feeling? I'm feeling it. I'm feeling the heat. Feeling the heat. It's coming. This is about to get real, man. Especially if he has Elon on there. If he really does have Elon on there, you know how large his audience is. Anything he says, all he has to go out there and says, Bitcoin, Doge, drop the mic, walk off the stage, nothing further. Bitcoin's 120K. I mean, Doge is like worth $5. I mean anything. You guys know how it is with people. Again, Edward Snowden said it best last night. He said, "Don't join a cult. You can vote, but don't join a cult." There's a lot of that going on, especially Orange Man. You know, people rallying around him, MAGA, you know, all that rhetoric, but it's the world we live in. While we're waiting, I guess we can kind of do some of our normal metrics. It's been, I mean, we just did it last night, but yeah, they're really milking the clock here. They're milking the clock like crazy. I do have it all. I have it all up here. You don't have to go too far away. Bitcoin on the heat map looks like it's again kind of rallying back up from its initial kind of fall. From 69, once it touched 69, that was amazing. I'm so excited. I just want to get that number out of my head. I'm paranoid. I got PTSD. 69K, 2021. Yeah. Is he back? Oh, that was just the damn commercials. So yeah, we gotta get done with that. And then of course, U.S. debt. U.S. debt sitting at just, oh man, just every 32 billion, less than 32 billion till we hit 35 trillion dollars in U.S. debt. Let that settle in. And then, of course, fear and greed. Let's refresh that real quick, as it tends to typically move. Still sitting in neutral on the day. You know it. We're greedy right now with Bitcoin and crypto. Double check back. Yep, they're still showing miners. U.S. dollars index still sitting at 104. Nothing new to see there. Again, it's not going to move on the weekend. And then all of our coins, man. Look at this on the hour. Everything coming back up. Still on the hour. Still best performing tokens right now. Still Jasmine in the lead with XEC. That's eCash, as I showed you on my my little ledger notification. eCash was pumping pretty good on the day. Yeah, and then Helium as well, still on there, about 5%. Are they back yet? Come on, guys, come on. Did I just lose it? No. Here we go. Let's see. Are they back yet? Are we ready? No, still shilling. More commercials. More commercials. Bitcoin treasuries, we already went over that. We don't really need to look at any of that stuff. That's all the big things that really would change today. Oh no. Oh no. We're spinning. Why are we spinning? Got too much stuff open probably. Oh my god. We're moments away. Moments away. I don't believe that's live. Come on. Yeah, it is live. You make the world a better place. Yeah, so someone asked me about if I watched that yet. That just came out apparently on YouTube. There is a Bitcoin. Let's stop some of this other stuff going on, man. I'm struggling. My stream's struggling right now. Right now. Let's stop the dancing lobsters. The dancing lobsters. Let's stop the dancing crew, and yeah, let's figure out what's going on with YouTube. We break YouTube? Did Bitcoin conference break YouTube? Because this just keeps cycling through. What is going on? Yeah, we just keep huh. I wonder if they got knocked off the stream. 2024. Oh wow, yeah, look at that. We got Fox, live from Fox now. Jesus, yeah. They'll be covering this. Yeah, it looks like they got stuck at that commercial. What is going on? Doesn't go down. What? This the chat's going crazy. This is a DDoS attack right before Trump comes out? What's the other news outlets?
Buy from them. If you buy from them, you can't do business with the U.S. And China didn't buy.
Yeah, he's not out there yet, but looks like their stream went down. It's still stuck at this weird... What in the world? I'm gonna relaunch Brave and see what's going on. You guys use Brave browser? Of course, that is the best browser to use. No ads. No ads. Wow, it's still the same. What is going on? Let's clean this entire thing up. Get back on that.
Trying to remove politics.
Yeah, this is bizarre. Yeah, it looks like half their stream. Well, a third of the streamers are still watching, but it's not doing anything.
Trying to remove politics for money. Bitcoin can make the world.
Broke the internet. Yeah, Bitcoin broke the internet. Yes, yes. Oh, that's hilarious. Yeah, the stream's down. This is awesome. Bitcoin broke the internet. We're gonna get some more burning money in there while we're waiting for them to resolve their technical issues, and they broke the internet. I mean, come on. This is awesome. This is exciting, guys. I would not be surprised if this is a DDoS attack. Denial of service. You guys know what's going on. You guys know what's going on. Scary stuff. You can't trust anything anymore. Nothing. I'm sick of it. Sick of it. God. God bless the mess. Jesus. Let's refresh this.
Trying to remove politics from money.
Yep. Same thing. Let's see if the news outlets are saying anything about it. It looks like their stream got knocked down. Or their coverage, live coverage. Well, apparently he's there. And we can't, I hate going to Fox for this, but wow, what a blunder. What a blunder. There he is, just standing for the pledge of allegiance to this shit. Alright. What can you do for us? What can you do for us? What can you do for us, Bitcoiners?
Thank you very much. Hello, it's good to be with you. It's good to be with you. So, Secret Service just told me, sir, would like a little more time. They said, you take all the time you want.
Oh.
You can take 2 hours, 3 hours, the hell with the people that have been waiting out here, but it's...
Wow.
I'm sure they don't mind either. But it is a great honor, and a lot of things are happening in the world. We just heard, you probably heard, that Israel was just attacked, very severely attacked.
What?
And,
I didn't hear that.
Hezbollah looks like.
What?
And this is things that won't happen. I mean, you just can't. They have to respect us. They have to respect. They cannot do this. They cannot do this. What they did just now with that attack is terrible. Just happened. And so to all, God bless everybody. This is so serious. They have to respect our country. This would never have happened with us. And we just cannot let it continue. So we just wish them all a lot of luck. This happened as I'm walking on the stage. Probably most of you have heard about it, but it's just a terrible thing. But I'm thrilled to be here in Nashville to become the first American president ever to address a Bitcoin event anywhere in the world.
I know. It's okay. Israel will rebound, I hope.
I want to thank David Bailey for inviting me. Special guy. You know, this whole love affair sort of started. David, about 4 months ago, was at Mar-a-Lago. I took a picture with him. I mean, he's a nice-looking guy. He's okay. He's out here someplace. But I took a picture. It got published. Trump and David Bailey. All of a sudden, your industry went through the roof. So, David, congratulations. Whatever the hell you do, you did a hell of a job. But as well as all of the Bitcoin luminaries,
Yeah, it sounds like Israel got attacked last night.
In this room. They really
First
are.
I heard about it.
Congratulations. Would the legends please stand up? Oh, everyone's standing anyway. That's nice. I used to say, sit down, everybody, sit down. But it's nice when they stand, including Tyler and Cameron. Do you know who that is? Winklevoss. These are great guys. They look like male models. They brought the Winklevoss twins in? They're male models with a big, beautiful brain. Michael Saylor is here. Kathy Wood. Ron Paul and Rand Paul are here.
Whoa.
Vivek is here. Vivek Ramaswamy. Where's Vivek? Where are you, Vivek? There he is. He's great. A man that I call Bob, but you probably know him as Kid Rock. Where's Kid Rock? Where is he? He's great. He's a good guy and a talented guy and another talented guy. He was so incredible, this one. He went and he played at the funeral of a great fireman who was killed, fire chief, killed a week and a half ago at the rally. And Billy Ray Cyrus went and played music for the family, and it was supposed to be so incredible. I've heard so many things about it, and Billy Ray Cyrus is here. Where's Billy Ray? He's around here.
Wow.
And he's great. He's a conservative guy. Said, how did you get such a liberal daughter? How did that happen, Billy Ray?
Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
And by the way, Kid Rock was incredible at the convention. You probably saw him. You saw him? He was great. He was great. Another one, Jake Paul. You don't want to fight this guy. You know, you don't want to fight. He's got a big fight coming with Mike Tyson, but he's glad he didn't fight Mike when Mike was 19. He told me that today. but it's he's a fantastic guy, very talented guy in a lot of ways. Governor Joe Lombardo, who's fantastic, and we're doing well in his state, and he's going to make sure that there's no hanky-panky going on, and if that happens, we're going to win his great state. But you know who he is, and he's a fantastic governor. Senators Bill Hagerty, Marsha Blackburn, Cynthia Lummis, Tim Scott. And Tim was great. Boy, I'll tell you, he was such a strong voice for me. He was on so many shows and did such a great job. During the primaries, he was incredible. I want to thank him. Special guy. They're all special people. They're warriors. Tommy Tuberville. You know Tommy Tuberville, senator from Alabama. And you have many members of Congress, Andy Ogles, Thomas Massey, John Rose, Mark Green and French Hill, and the next U.S. Senator from Ohio. I hear he's doing very well, Bernie Moreno. Where is Bernie? I hear Bernie's doing well. The great Laura Loomer. Some of you know Laura. She's a fantastic person, great woman. And a tremendous developer from New York and Florida, one of the best, Steve Witkoff, and he's got his son Alex with him today. It's an incredible family, development family. They've been supporters from the beginning. Howard Lutnick, Cantor Fitzgerald, incredible, one of the truly brilliant men of Wall Street, and a whole group of his distinguished guests and a lot of our distinguished guests. We have a lot of other people here, and I won't bother anymore. That's enough, because we have to talk about crypto. We have
There
to
we
talk
go.
about Bitcoin.
There we go. Yes. Yes. Oh my God.
But the country's blessed to have the extraordinary talent, energy, and genius represented in this room. It really is great genius. Not all of you, but most of you. Many of you. But this is the kind of spirit that built America, and this is the spirit that's going to help us make America great again. That's what we're doing. I stand before you today filled with respect and admiration for what the Bitcoin community has achieved. It's incredible, actually. I sort of say to my sons, it's like incredible because they know so much about it. They're so aware of it, much more so than people that are a little bit older.
His kids were at
this is the steel industry
Bill
about 100
Kelly's
years ago. Really
inauguration.
is. I think you're just in your infancy. I can see it happening. In just 15 years, Bitcoin has gone from merely an idea posted anonymously on an internet message board to being the 9th most valuable asset anywhere in the world. Can you believe that? Is that right?
Yeah, it's very, very much right.
Think of that. It's already bigger than ExxonMobil. Soon it will be surpassing the entire market cap of silver.
Nvidia, everything. Everything.
How about gold? How about gold? Let's go gold.
Gold will be a little harder, but we will get there.
And
Don't
one
you worry,
day
Tom.
it probably will overtake gold, but based on the possibility, there's never been anything like it, and I don't think you've ever seen anything like it.
And
Most
then we just
people
got a big
have no
pump when he
idea
said
what the
that.
hell it is. You know that, right? So what happens when they figure it out? That's going to really be something. Bitcoin is not just a marvel of technology. As you know, it's a miracle of cooperation and human achievement in a lot of relationships that are formed. I just did a meeting, a roundtable with a lot of the leaders, and it's amazing. There's a great camaraderie. It's really interesting. There's competition, but there's a relationship, there's a friendship that's developed with a lot of these people. I noticed it. I don't usually see that too often. I see the opposite, actually. They want to get each other. They want to kill each other. These guys have a great feeling. Very smart people, too. Congratulations on all that you've accomplished. This room is amazing. The people in this room, high IQ individuals. I'm running against a low IQ individual. Her.
Oh my God.
Talking about him, her. I got a low IQ individual.
Oh Jesus. He still doesn't acknowledge. Yeah.
The reason I've come to address the Bitcoin community today can be summed up in two very simple words. America first. Because if we don't do it, China's going to be doing, others are going to be doing it. Let's do it and do it right. My vision is for an America that dominates the future. We have the best economy, the highest standard of living, the safest and most beautiful cities. And by the way, when I say safest, our cities are going to hell right now.
Oh, shit.
Our cities are going to hell. We're going to fix our cities.
Yeah,
We're
they
going to
are.
work with Democrats that have destroyed our cities, but we'll work with them, and we're going to get our cities back. We're going to bring our country back. And we really were the freest and the most ambitious, most dynamic nation ever to exist on Earth, and we're going to get that back again because we're not there now. We're a nation in decline. You know it, we know it. Doesn't sound nice, but it's okay because we're going to bring it back. We're going to bring it back fast. Right now, it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing what's happened. Even today, when you look at what we just said, that would never have happened if they respected our country. If we don't embrace crypto and Bitcoin technology, China will, other countries will, they'll dominate. And we cannot let China dominate. They are making too much progress as it is. And we want them to be successful. I don't want China to be successful, but we have to be the most successful. That's what's gonna happen. I want the United States to be first in technology, first in science, first in manufacturing, first in artificial intelligence, and first in space. You know, at MIT, my uncle was a professor there, Dr. John Trump. He would have fit in with this room very nicely, actually. That's why I mention it. And I believe he was the longest serving professor in the history of MIT. He graduated, we have a very intelligent family, actually. He graduated tremendously. I think he has 3 different degrees, but they said, would you like to stay on, John, and be a professor? Well, I've got a lot of offers, I assume he said, but I've got a lot of offers. Well, he was there for, I believe, 41 years. When I was in the White House, the head of MIT came to see me, and they presented me with a book on my uncle. He was a legendary guy in the academic world and in the world of MIT. So I understand a lot about what you're doing, and I have great respect for highly intelligent people. And you are highly intelligent. America's destiny is to lead our rivals in everything and to surrender our industries to no one. To no one. You know, some of you are involved with AI, but you also have the same thing. You need a thing called electricity. You need a lot of electricity. You know, AI needs to be really dominant, and China can do it much easier. We have environmental impact statements to do, but we're going to do things that nobody thought were possible. You need tremendous amounts of electricity. You need double the electricity of the entire electricity that we have right now in the United States to dominate. And we'll get that done. Who would think we can get that done? But we're going to get it done. We'll be having power plants built at the sites. We'll be releasing people from certain ridiculous requirements. And we'll be using fossil fuel to make electricity because
flash crashing.
We'll be using nuclear. We'll be doing it
I have to
in an
intervene real quick.
environmentally friendly
Bitcoin's
way.
flash crashing
But we will be creating so much electricity that you'll be saying, please, please, President, we don't want any more electricity. We can't stand it. You'll be begging me, no more electricity, sir. We have enough. We have enough. You know, in the Midwest, they just opened, it was very interesting, they just opened up 2 chargers, you know, a charger for the electric cars. And you know, I love Elon, he's great, he endorsed me and great endorsement and everything else, but not everybody has to have an electric car, I told him that. So we're gonna get rid of that mandate.
So
if you
is
don't
Elon
mind.
there?
Some people want gasoline-propelled cars, some people want a hybrid, and some people like an electric car. They're great. I think they're great. I think what he's done is great, and I think he understands it. I guess he probably wouldn't have endorsed me. He knows where I am in this, but he did, and it's just like they did these chargers in the Midwest. There are 8 of them. They spent $9 billion to build 8 chargers to charge up a car. And at that rate, it would cost approximately $12 trillion to put the charges around. Somehow that's not working. The country would have to file for Chapter 11 we'll do a chapter. You know, it's called chapter 7 instead of a chapter 11, but it's the equivalent. No, we have to use our brain. We have to be, we are the party of common sense, okay? We have to have common sense. But what we do have to do is we have to produce tremendous electric for AI and for all of the other things, including the things that you're doing. And we'll get it produced, and we're going to get it produced fast, or we're not going to be able to compete with China and other countries. So we're going to get it produced fast. This afternoon, I'm laying out my plan to ensure that the United States will be the crypto capital of the planet and the Bitcoin superpower of the world. And we'll
Big things. It's about damn time someone says that,
crypto
though.
is going to define the future, I want to be mined, minted, and made in the USA. It's going to be. It's not going to be made anywhere else. And if Bitcoin is going to the moon, as we say, it's going to the moon. I want America to be the nation
whoever wrote that speech
leads
is
the way, and that's what's going to happen.
They're teasing us.
No, you're going to be very happy with me. You're going to be so happy.
Oh,
You're
boy.
going to say he's the greatest guy. That's why I'm proud to be the first major party nominee in American history to accept donations in Bitcoin.
Oh, he said
and
major.
crypto.
He wasn't the first. You weren't the first. He said
And they made a
major.
lot of them, I might tell you. And I appreciate it. Since we made that announcement on May 21st, we have already raised $25 million, much of it in Bitcoin, crypto, and others that are very, very good also. But as you know, our excitement about the future of Bitcoin and crypto could not be more difficult from the approach of our opponents. Can't be, look, our opponents have gone a difficult route. They're going old-fashioned stuff. We're going to take it right down the middle. We are so different from anybody else in terms of a campaign. First of all, we understand it. They don't understand it. They are blocking your path. They're blocking your way.
Yeah, still.
But I've made it a lot easier for you because the SEC has been very, very tough on you. And now they see that you've embraced me. All of a sudden, people that were under investigation, they're being let go. They're saying, oh, no, we don't want to do that. We love crypto. Let me tell you, if they win this election, every one of you will be gone. They will be vicious. They will be ruthless. They will do things that you wouldn't believe. But right now, because of me, they're leaving you alone. So please say thank you, President Trump. Thank you very much.
What the heck? I'm surprised the crowd, though. The crowd, that's pretty
I've
loud.
heard from some of your great geniuses that talk to me about this subject. I've heard from Vivek. 175 million
Vivek
people
was definitely in his ear.
some form are involved with this world of crypto and Bitcoin and all of the others. 175 million. So when
Our
they heard
world.
that, they said, let's be nice to them at least until after the election. So I've taken a lot of pressure off a lot of people. A lot of people are very happy today that about 3 months ago weren't so thrilled. For 3.5 years, is that right? Look, he just said that's right. And you know it's right. For 3.5 years, the current administration has waged a war on crypto and Bitcoin like nobody's ever seen before. For those who work in this industry, they target your banks, they choke off your financial services. Have people seen that? Yes? Yeah, they have. Plenty of hands up. They block ordinary Americans from transferring money to your exchanges. They slander you as criminals. But that happened to me too because I said the election was rigged. He said the election was rigged. He should spend the rest of his life in jail for making that statement. Of course, they say it about us and it's okay, right? No. And by the way, we're doing very well in the election. You know, we lost a candidate recently, crooked Joe Biden. And I thought,
here we go.
We lost this wonderful person. You know, he's actually a terrible human being if you want to know the truth, so don't feel
Wow.
sorry. And we have another he's the worst human being, and I sort of made an analogy last night. Last night, think of this, I was speaking in front of a very powerful and very strong, very religious group, Christians, evangelicals, Christians. And then today I come in front of Bitcoin, and now I'm going to Minnesota to do a rally. You think my life is so great, don't you, huh? But I cover a lot of territory. I go from religion to Bitcoin to a rally.
Jesus.
And I don't get it mixed up like other people do. Where they come out and they say, may God bless everybody involved in the Bitcoin world. But actually we mean that because you need blessing, because you've got to do something very spectacular. But we had an incredible time last night talking to Christians, largely Christians, a Christian group. And this is so great. And then we have a very big rally in Minnesota. Hasn't been one since 1972.
Oh, we
Richard
just flash
Nixon,
crashed
can you
talking
believe it?
about Christians.
And I think, I think we're leading Minnesota. But there's some hanky-panky that goes on in Minnesota, but I think we're doing good. So we're going to leave here. We're going to go there for a big rally, but this is such an honor to be with you. Sadly, when we see the attacks on crypto, it's a part of a much larger pattern that's being carried out by the same left-wing fascists who weaponize government against any threat to their power. They've done it to me. Did you see I just won the big case in Florida? Thank you very much. The big case.
A lot of bears popping out their ugly heads.
That was a big case. That was the document case. I have Presidential Records Act on my side. Biden didn't. By the way, Biden, they said, here's what they said. They said, he's guilty as hell, but we're not going to charge him because he's incompetent.
Jesus.
I won the case the old-fashioned way. It's called you win. I wouldn't have wanted to win the way he won. Trump won the case because they called him incompetent. Think of this. So they called him incompetent. So he's incompetent to run for trial, to stand trial, but he's not incompetent to run the country. How does that work? But he's not it anymore because he didn't do particularly well in the debate. Did anybody watch the debate? Not too many people.
Oh my God, it was a shit. We watched it here.
Somebody said to me, you did horribly in the debate. I said, why? I said, because there's no way he can continue forward. That's how bad he was. They said, I understand that, and that's exactly what happened, actually. We had a great debate. It was a tremendous debate, actually, and since then, hey, look, you have to open the eyes. You have to see what's going on. We have a country to run. The problem is that Kamala is worse than Joe. She's worse. She's a radical left lunatic, defund the police, all of the different things. And so far she's got a little honeymoon going on right now, but when people hear about her, and she's against crypto, by the way, and she's against it very big. So I just want to let you know, you gotta get out.
We already know.
You gotta get out and vote. It should be no surprise that these same totalitarians are hell-bent on crushing crypto and obliterating, and that's what they want to do, and that's what they are stated. They're there right now. You have the SEC, you know what they're doing, obliterating Bitcoin. The reason could not be more clear because Bitcoin stands for freedom, sovereignty, and independence from government, coercion, and control. The Biden-Harris administration's repression of crypto and Bitcoin is wrong, and it's very bad for our country. It's really quite un-American. As you know, 6 days ago, we officially defeated the worst president in the history of the United States. I believe he was the worst president in the history of the United States. Think of it. Millions and millions of people have come into our country. They've come in from jails. They've come in from, think of it, insane asylums, mental institutions. They've come in as terrorists. We have the largest number of terrorists coming into our country right now. The same people that you just heard about from Israel, that did that in Israel, they're coming in and nobody checks them. Nobody knows what's going on. We have no idea what's going on. They've lost control of our country, and only bad things can happen. So it's not going to be that way. We're not going to let that happen. We're beating them, and we're beating them badly, and we have to make sure that we do. We need to do it for our country. And you can't just be a fighter and have your man lose the fight, or woman, but in this case, a man. He's losing the fight. He's down by 15, 16, 17 points. They say that you're not going to win, Joe. You got to get out. He didn't want to get out. He said, I'm not getting out. He said, you're getting out. He said, I'm not getting out. I got 14 million votes. I'm not getting out. They said, if you're not getting out, we're going to institute the 25th Amendment on your mental competence. He said, like I said before, I think I'm going to get out. Okay? And they got him out. But
We
it's
showed
like,
that clip on the golf course. I'm sure you guys
you
seen
fight,
that.
you're in a campaign. You spend a lot
before
of
you
money, a
got-
lot of time, a lot of effort, and he's losing. And then they say, let's take him out of the fight. We'll put a new fighter in there. The new fighter is her. Probably my second choice. He will always be my first choice, but she'd be my second choice. And again, if we don't win this race, and I know you're not that political, but you have to be political because your whole thing, I mean, you have a lot of politics involved in what you do.
Wrapped up
If
in
we
what we
don't win
need.
this race, this country could be finished as we know it. This country is going to be in
Oi!
bad shape, and we have to be in there. We have to fight, and we have to learn. I pledge to the Bitcoin community that the day I take the oath of office, Joe
There we go.
Biden, Kamala Harris's anti-crypto crusade will be over. It will end. It'll be done. It'll be done. The moment I'm sworn in, the persecution stops and the weaponization ends against your industry. And as long as I'm in the Oval Office, Elizabeth Warren, Pocahontas, do you remember?
Oh God.
Yes, I'm
That's
an
a s-
Indian. Yes,
wow,
she said,
I haven't heard that in
I'm an
years.
Indian. Why are you an Indian? You don't look like an Indian. No, no, my mother told me I have high cheekbones. Oh, that's why she was an Indian. So I named her Pocahontas.
Oh Jesus.
Elizabeth Warren and her goons, and she's very nasty to you. She hates your people. She hates everything about you. Will keep their hands off Bitcoin. They're going to keep their hands off crypto. They're going to let it
The
grow.
hands off.
They're gonna
Keep
let
the
it
hands
grow.
off.
On day one, I will fire Gary Gensler and appoint a new...
I think he's out no matter what. Chris Walling says, "Hey, that's good." Trump started talking, and then Bitcoin started crashing. Yep.
I didn't know he was
Yep.
unpopular.
It did. Only a little bit, though. 1.5K, right, on average.
Wow. I didn't know he was that unpopular.
We'll see where we are at the end of this
Let
whole
me
thing.
say it again.
Oh, God.
On day one, I will fire Gary...
Oh, yeah, he's very unpopular. We know that. We know that. Pokemon card security, Gary? Is this security, Gary? Is this security? Is that security, Gary? How about that one? Is that a security? I don't know. You tell me, Gary. Oh, yeah, he won't. Nothing's clear.
And we'll
Nothing.
appoint a new SEC chairman who believes America should build the future, not block the future, which is what they're doing. And Kamala Harris wants to make him Treasury Secretary. That's not good.
Is that real? Is that... I didn't hear that.
Clinton's
Oh, my...
finance
What?
person. Did you know that? Crooked Hillary. Remember Crooked Hillary? Do you remember her? Anybody remember?
Look
He
that
was
up.
the finance chairman of Hillary Clinton's campaign against a gentleman known as Donald Trump. Not a popular person within the... Actually, she came to my wedding. Do you know that? To our great First Lady, Melania. She came to our wedding, and Bill came to our wedding. But it's amazing things when you run for office, a lot of things change in your life. A lot of things change. As president, I will immediately shut down Operation Choke Point 2.0. They want to choke you. They want to choke you out of business. We're not going to let that happen. And no longer will your government sit by and watch as Bitcoin jobs and businesses flee to other countries because America's laws are too unclear and too tough and too angry and too stiff. We will
Yeah.
keep
There's some
each
truth to
and
that.
every Bitcoin job in the United States of America. That's what we're going to be doing. Upon taking office, I will immediately appoint a Bitcoin and Crypto Presidential Advisory Council. Would anybody like to be on that particular council? Please raise your hand.
Oh, Jesus.
Their task will be to design transparent regulatory guidance for the benefit of the entire industry, and they will get it done
Jeez, right
in
front and center.
100 days. We will have regulations, but from now on, the rules will be written by people who love your industry, not hate your industry, people that want to make it clear and simple, straightforward, and fair. people that want to see your industry thrive, not dive.
I don't know. How
Next,
feel
I
about
will
that.
immediately order the Treasury Department and other federal agencies to cease and desist all steps necessary, because, you know, there's a thing going on in your industry. They want to move the creation of a central bank digital currency. It's over. Forget it.
They've been throwing that around for a while, but I think there's another reason why they're.
There will never be a
pushing that.
CBDC while I'm president of the United States. And I will always defend the right to self-custody.
Well, at least that's good
You're gonna have a
still.
great industry. You're going to have a great industry, and we're going to be fuel for your industry, not
Coming back up a bit now.
demolish your
We're talking about
industry.
policy
America
a
will
little
once
bit.
again be a nation that protects property rights, privacy, freedom of transaction, freedom of association, and freedom of speech. We're going to change we're going to go back to the old days when we were a nation that was building, not a nation that was eating itself alive from within. As part of our effort to provide regulatory clarity, we will create a framework to enable the safe and responsible expansion of stable coins. Do you know what a stable coin is? Does anybody know? Please raise your hand. Allowing us to extend
Booing.
the dominance of the U.S. dollar to new frontiers all around the world. America will be richer, the world will be better, and there will be billions and billions of people brought into crypto economy and storing their savings in Bitcoin. So that's pretty much the way it is. Those who say that Bitcoin is a threat to the dollar have the story exactly backwards. I believe it is exactly backwards.
What?
Bitcoin is not threatening the
That's
dollar.
the only way you can survive, because you don't need this thing, you
current
don't need it,
US
we don't need
government
it!
is really threatening
Yes!
the
We
dollar.
don't need it!
The danger to our financial
He did it. He
future
said he
does
talked
not
about the dollar.
come from crypto. It comes from Washington,
Set my house on
D.C.
fire.
It comes from trillions of dollars in waste, rampant inflation, and open borders while giving welfare and free health care to all of the illegal aliens that are pouring into our country by the millions and millions and millions. It comes from printing hundreds of billions of dollars to fund endless wars overseas while our cities are like combat zones here at home.
They're
weeks
getting,
ago in Chicago,
yeah, they're getting rowdy. They're not quite combat zones.
117 people were shot and 17 died. Afghanistan doesn't have anything like that. You know, you think about tough places. Look at what's happening with our cities. What's happening in the last 3 years, last 3.5 years. Nobody's ever seen anything like it. Think of it. 117 over 4th of July weekend. 117 people were shot and 17 died. This is the United States of America?
We
I
got
don't
50
think
billion
so.
people, 50 billion people
By
plus.
the way, when I was president, we had
almost
no
350 billion.
wars. We had
Million
no
people.
new wars. We didn't start it. Remember
350
when
million
Hillary
people.
said, he'll start wars. Look at his personality. No, I said, my personality will keep us out of wars. But we finished off some of the old ones like ISIS, which they said would take 5 years to do, maybe more. We did it in 4 weeks. We beat ISIS in 4, because we have a great military, and it's not a woke military, by the way. Maybe
Oh
some
my
of the
God.
people on top are woke, but this is not a woke. I got to see that first when I looked at what they did and what they
What in
did for
the
me.
heck?
They were unbelievable. They did things that nobody thought were possible. Our real generals and our soldiers, there's no woke. They're trying to get them to be woke, but these people are not going to go woke. I can guarantee you that. With your support this November, we will restore confidence and we will restore common sense to our nation's capital. Because ultimately, it is about, it's not, are you conservative? Are you liberal? Are you progressive? They like progressive. It
I'll talk
sounds
to you
so
later,
nice,
Chris.
right?
Try to catch the rest of this speech if you
That
can.
should become a
I'll
terrible
see if
word.
you miss
Destroy a
anything.
country.
I'll catch
But
you later.
It's not about that. It's about common sense. We want to bring common sense back in. This is all common sense that we're talking about today.
All
And
common
Bitcoin
sense.
and crypto will skyrocket like never before, even beyond your
Oh,
expectations. And you are the people that are doing it.
Oh, we're waiting to see.
As we stop the
It's
war
right above
on
my head, you
crypto,
guys.
we will
can see it.
immediately, and we'll do this very quickly, begin to build our economy because when
Getting a little bit of a
America
pump
is
after you said that.
prospering, Bitcoin is soaring, and it'll go up with it. We had the greatest economy ever, and we
Right
will
now.
soon have it again. Under the Trump administration, the typical middle-class family income rose by $6,000 a year. People don't like mentioning that. America had more money to save than at any time in many decades. As a result, during my 4 years in office, now you have to listen to these numbers. These numbers are like beautiful. And I don't want to repeat myself. Listen to these numbers. As a result, during my 4 years in office, Bitcoin surged by 3,900%, from $898 the day I took office to $35,900
There's a lot of buying, sell orders going in.
the day I left. That was the biggest jump, I guess, in just about any industry. Think of that. Now compare that to just after 3.5 years of Biden and Harris, adjusted for inflation, Bitcoin is up 50%. Now 50% sounds good, but not when you're comparing it to almost 4,000%, right? 50%. You know, normally you say, oh, that sounds pretty good. Let's not put that into the speech. No, 50% is not good. When people can't afford groceries or rent, they have no savings to store in Bitcoin. This administration caused the biggest inflation in the history of our
friends
country.
and family's number one.
And that's what's happened. Our people are being wiped out. From the very first day we take back the White House, we will replace the Biden-Harris economic stagnation with a brand new Trump economic boom. You're going to have a tremendous boom. You know, you have a lot of great analysts out there. Scott, I'm talking about you, Scott, one of the greatest of all, and others that say the stock market's going up because they think Trump is going to be elected. And if Trump isn't elected, this country's going to go into a depression the likes of what you had in 1929, and I hope that's not true. But
It's going to be worse because the dollar's not backed by the gold.
The stock market gain, they think, is because looks like we're going to win the election. And I don't know what's going to happen with the election. You know, they cheat like hell, and I don't know what's going to happen. But if we win it, this country is going to be boomtown. It's going to be booming like it never boomed before. The current administration's economic plan includes trillions in new spending and $5 trillion tax hikes. They want to increase taxes by $5 trillion. They want the expiration of the Trump tax cuts to take place. They want a wealth confiscation tax so that when you make all of your money that you're going to make and all of the people you're going to employ, they want to take away your money in the form of
an unrealized gains tax.
And a gigantic capital gains tax that will exceed substantially in many states over 50%. My plan is the opposite. We will lift the workers and we will create savers out of so many people, and we will reward success. We will not punish success. They want to punish success. They want to punish genius. I'm not going to let that happen. I will make the Trump tax cuts permanent and deliver massive tax cuts for families and individuals and businesses that produce jobs. That includes no tax on tips. You know that, right?
He's been pushing that for a while now.
Get rid of the tax on tips. I will cut
There's some other things that are kind of
and burdensome regulations,
negating that,
fight
though.
every day to make America the best place on earth to build a business, including a crypto business. It's going to be the best place. You're not going to have to go to China. You're not going to have to learn, gee, how do I learn Chinese? I want to learn it very quickly. I have a little granddaughter that speaks fluent Chinese. Can you believe it?
Oh, wow.
And it's a wonderful thing. It's not easy, but you're not going to have to do it. Most importantly for our citizens, we will end the inflation nightmare that this administration has created, and we will end it quickly. It's got to end. It's destroying our country. You know, inflation is a country buster. You can go back many years to Germany, and you look at what happened to Germany during their huge period of inflation, destroyed the country. It's a country buster. The Bitcoiners And I say to you that you recognize the dangers of inflation long before most others did. You understood inflation, frankly, better than anybody
Oh yeah.
else.
Oh
You know
yeah.
that, don't you?
Oh yes.
If only they had listened. They didn't listen to you. They didn't listen to you. The trillions of dollars in ridiculous waste approved by our opponents resulted in
Bulls
the
are pushing
very
back a little further
inflation
now.
disaster that Bitcoiners had always predicted.
Watch out for them bears.
30 and even 40% of the value of every dollar was wiped out and wiped out quickly. You understood that, but a lot of other people didn't. The life savings of millions of Americans was rapidly destroyed. And very simply, uncontrolled inflation is a stealth taxation of the middle class. It really is. It's a stealth.
There is no middle class. We're upper poor now, guys.
Tax now. I'll call it the Harris tax or the Harris-Biden tax or whatever the hell we're going to call them. But it's a disaster. It's a tax of 50%. It's a 50% tax. Inflation, think of it. It's a 50% tax on people. 5-0. This is a human tragedy, and it's destroyed people. It's a national disgrace. It's destroyed everything in its way. It must never be allowed to happen again, and it won't. When I'm president, I guarantee you it won't happen, because we're going to do things that make sure it doesn't happen. They've allowed pricing to get totally out of control. We're going to do energy, bring it down to levels that people have not seen in many, many years. We had it at levels. We were at $1.87 for a gallon of gasoline. You don't see that right now. For 4 straight years, under my leadership, we had effectively no inflation, none. When I left office, it was 1.4%, and then it stayed there for almost 2 years. Remember when Biden said it was 9? I inherited 9%. That was just another lie. Misinformation, disinformation. We gave
You are the king of it.
We went through the COVID.
Oh,
we did
my
an
gosh.
incredible job. Never got credit for that. Always got credit
He's doing
for
better
the
now,
economy, for the military. We rebuilt the military. We created Space Force. We did so many different things. Never got credit for that. You know what? We gave them a great country with essentially no inflation. And after 2 years, they drove this country, and they drove inflation through the roof. 2 years, cost of living went up, in some cases by over 50%. And they say 22%. They like to say 22, but it could be much higher, and it is much higher depending on what they include. They don't include things like interest rates that went from 2.5% to 10%, but you can't get the money. When I return to the White House, I will stop the wild and wasteful spending of this administration. I will end the endless wars. They never stop. Again, we had no wars. We had no new wars under your favorite president, President Trump. We had no we had no new wars. They thought I was going to start a war. Let me tell you something. I'm going to stop World War III, because we're closer to World War III than we've ever been since the end of World War II.
We're close to a civil war too,
seal the
man.
border and stop the invasion of millions of people pouring into our country illegally. We will totally defeat, and we will do this quickly. We will defeat inflation, and together we will bring back the American dream for citizens of every race, religion, color, and creed. We will bring it back, the American dream. You don't even hear the statement American dream anymore. You don't
The
hear
dream
those
is
words
dead.
anymore. We
The
used to
dream
talk
is
about
dead.
The American dream. A lot of you people are in the American dream, but you're going to be crushed if you don't elect me. I hate to tell you. You don't elect me, you're going to be crushed. You're going to say, Alice, what a mistake it was. We went for a person who has no talent. She's been a failure at almost everything she's done instead of Trump. And look at us now.
He's only been on the limelight for 6 days.
Beautiful house. But we will end the war on American energy, and we will very simply drill, baby, drill. We're going to drill, baby, drill. We have to. It's what we have. We have more liquid gold under our feet than any nation in the world. More than Saudi Arabia, more than Russia. We don't use it. We don't use it. They use it. We don't use it. We go out and buy oil from Venezuela. It's amazing. But we won't stop there. We will harness American energy in all forms. I have set the ambitious goal that by the end of my term, the United States will be the #1 lowest cost of energy and electricity of any nation on earth. We can make it so inexpensively. Because of what we have under our feet, we can make it so inexpensively. And with low energy costs, America will become the world's undisputed Bitcoin mining powerhouse. You'll be a Bitcoin
What? What? We're gonna make all the Bitcoin in America?
You will not be moving to China.
Moving to China.
As we implement these reforms, Bitcoin and crypto will grow our economy, cement American financial dominance,
Hong
and
Kong's looking
strengthen
kinda
our
nice.
entire country long into the future. Many Americans do not realize that the United States government is among the largest holders of Bitcoin. Does anyone know that? How about that? The federal government is almost 210,000 Bitcoin, or 1% of the total supply that will ever exist. But for too long, our government has violated the cardinal rule that every Bitcoiner knows by heart. Never sell your Bitcoin, right?
That's right. Hodl, man. He actually, well, he didn't say hodl, but I mean, we all, he's diamond hands.
That's right. How did I figure that one? Never sell your Bitcoin, and so...
Don't sell, don't sell, don't sell, don't sell, don't sell, don't sell, don't sell.
I am announcing that if I am elected, it will be the policy of my administration, United States of America, to keep 100% of all the Bitcoin the U.S. government currently holds or acquires into the future. We'll keep 100%. I hope you do well.
100%. So we're not gonna sell all that 200 bitties? No more?
As the core of the strategic national
There it is.
Bitcoin
There it is.
stockpile.
There it is. Yes, we don't need this anymore, guys. We're done.
By the United States government was obtained through law enforcement.
Yes.
They took it from you. Let's take that guy's life. Let's take his family, his house, his Bitcoin. We'll turn it into Bitcoin. It's been taken away from you because that's where we're going now. That's where this country is going. It's a fascist regime. And so as I take steps to transform that vast wealth into a permanent national asset.
Oh, and then he said it. Bitcoin pumps. It went boom. You see that behind me?
The sentence of Ross Ulbricht to a sentence of time.
Back to 68 again.
It's enough. It's enough.
Oh, are you bullish still, brother? Are you bullish now, brother?
That's where we are as a country. Ultimately, my promise to each and every one of you is this. I will be the pro-innovation and pro-Bitcoin president that America needs and our citizens deserve. This will be one industry, but this will be a thriving industry, a great industry, and I'm going to be doing the same thing for every other industry also. Our nation has never thrived by trying to censor new ideas and shut down the dreams of our people. America always plants our flag on the next frontier and pushes boldly ahead. We have to do that. We haven't been doing that for a long time, especially the last 3.5 years. It's gone the exact opposite. Those of you in this room inherit the legacy of generations of American pioneers and patriots, risk-takers and renegades who settled this continent, built the modern world.
Don't forget anarchists.
On the bleeding edge. You live on a bleeding edge. You do know that,
Yes.
don't you? You are the modern-day Edisons and Wright brothers and Carnegies and Henry Fords, and what you do in your lifetime stands a chance to outlive us all and inspire humanity for generations to come. This will go down as a very important day in the history of your industry. Together you are building America's future with your own smarts, your own grit, and your own skin in the game. You have a lot of skin in the game.
You have a lot of skin in the
It takes
game.
courage to do it. Most people don't have that courage. My job will be to set you free and to let you do what Americans do best and what you're going to do better than anybody. Win, win, win. You're going to win, win, win. With energy, passion, and brilliance like we have rarely seen before, our country cannot fail. We're in a failing nation right now, but we're not going to be for long. Our country cannot fail. With your help, we will save our nation, we will restore our republic, and we will make America and Bitcoin bigger, better, stronger, richer, freer, and greater than ever before.
Reset the thing.
Thank you all. Have a good time with
God.
your Bitcoin and your crypto and everything else that you're playing with. And we're going to make that one of the greatest industries on earth. Good luck and God bless you all. Thank you. God bless you. Thank you.
There it is. Second candidate coming out.
President there, Donald Trump,
in a big way, Bitcoin.
in
Nashville.
for about
That's right. It happened, guys. We did it. We got through it. Oh God. Trump is he's a silly man. But yeah, yeah, it's crazy. We saw the pump and the dump. It really didn't move too much. I wanted to see a Godzilla candle. Damn it! What do we gotta do, brother, to get that Godzilla candle? Man. But yeah, we did get some volatility. It was fun. And yeah, we'll see where we are. This is the 1 minute chart here, and the 4 minute. I got to get out of here though. I'm running late for my buddies. We did break down off that megaphone pattern. That's disappointing, but it is what it is. We're back down to the ground where we were when we first started, and it's getting bought up pretty quick. Only time will tell. Like always, guys, it's always about holding them biddies, staying safe. Don't do anything stupid. Don't be selling any of your bags. Oh my God! And always remember, number go up, right? Man. My stream deck's not working still. Dang it. But yeah, as a Michael Seller always says, it's going up forever, Laura, right? It's going up forever. So you guys have a great weekend. Enjoy the summer, man. We're running through it. We're burning through the summer. We're going to be done with crypto summer. And you're going to miss it. You're going to miss all the touching the grass and all the fun stuff. So get out there and have some fun. And I will see you guys next week. Have a great night. Peace. Oh man, what a night, what a night. My thing's not working. Well, again, this is the Crypto Otaku signing out. I will see you Monday. Later. Later.
The agency informed the NASDAQ and the CBOE that BlackRock and Fidelity's proposals are insufficient.
We can make the dollar the most attractive currency by continuing to have the rule of law. You always print money to do that. I suppose it would diminish our status as the reserve currency. Just shut up. There's no expectation of privacy above me in the sky.
So Bitcoin is the solution because you can buy Bitcoin right